Alrighty. Hi. Welcome to the stream. I'm really tired today, but it's fine. So, what do we do today? Well, first, welcome to the new place. It never looked like that before. So this is new now, as you can probably tell. We don't have a background because I have Noctalia in performance mode, but if I do that, normally you're supposed to see the background now. But then I think it's okay. In terms of CPU, it's fine. So you will have the background. It's good then. I don't need it, but yeah. So yeah, this is Noctalia. Usually, this is not what I used last time. Last time I used a lot of different stuff, specifically SWW and whatnot, and Waybar and stuff like that. This I'm just using Noctalia and Noctalia works correctly. We're on Niri. I don't think if I showed you I was on Niri already, so it's fine. So yeah, I didn't finish the quick shell stuff, I just moved to Noctalia, it was easier for me, but yeah. And so today what do we do? I have IIO-Niri. For those who don't know what is IIO-Niri, I'm gonna have a hard time saying that because it's really hard to fucking say, but this is a personal project of mine that I made for a lot of things, and specifically for Niri, because I have a computer with an accelerometer. And so when you rotate the computer, normally you're supposed to rotate it completely, but it doesn't work exactly like that on Niri. So you need something that will do it for you. Ooh, yeah, okay, I see. I'm gonna do that so we don't have a jump in FPS for no reason. So it will be in performance mode, it's fine. So yeah. So IIO-Niri, we know, so that's what I made it. And since then, I received a little issue that I knew. I knew this one, not this one, it's fine. Which is a rotation lock. I know it exists, I know it's important to make, I never did it. One way to do it would be using a signal like a CUser 1 or whatever, as I said here, but I don't like it. So I wanted to make an IPC, and this time we will do an IPC. So, to control it, I want to do an IPC, basically. So, if we go into my SRC, it's really small. We have add.rs, which corresponds to the clap parser that we use. I have here something that can be useful, but we're not going to use that for the moment. Can I move the tab? Yeah. Oh no, I can't move it. Breakout break, tap to go. Oh. Ooh, interesting. But whatever. So, what I want first, I want to go to weave, because I don't need that. Because if I remember correctly, I only have a main. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, GCO, do I have a feature? Feature. Oh, I have develop actually. Okay. Yeah. So, this is what I wanted. I want to, because I don't remember exactly how you do that, but I wanted to have first, so this is just for me, for the socket or whatever. What we will do, okay, I'm going a bit further away. I'm going out of myself. So here, what I want to do is first set up multiple subcommands for the parser, for the parser of clap. So the way it works is that you can do, right now, the way IIO-Niri works, and I can show you, because it's installed by default, so if I do IIO-Niri, if you do help, it's just a bunch of small stuff that you need. So the Niri socket, oh, I already called that Niri socket, that's cool. I like that, calling that Niri socket. How smart. So I will be able to actually make a socket one. Ooh, I'm glad about that. So yeah, so this is pretty much what you see. Normally if you type help, if you just H is smaller, it just explains what it is, but yeah. Basically, really simple, really simple. The idea is that now, everything I have besides verbose, quiet, and version and help, but that's normal, these ones I can't modify. I want all of the, so I want monitor, transform, timeout, and Niri socket, and yeah, Niri socket, to be behind a command, a subcommand. So I want IIO-Niri to have like listen, and it will have these commands, and then call, or IPC, I'm gonna say call, MSG, whatever. I might actually use MSG because you have Niri MSG. So yeah, I'm gonna use MSG just so it's in coherence with Niri. And using that, I will have the possibility to modify the timeout value, the transform, the monitor you're gonna change, the Niri socket. If you want to change it, it's fine by me. If you want to change it, I don't care. And also lock the rotation, and then I will be able to add more stuff as it goes on. But it needs to be made in a way that is not bad. So this is the first thing, right? We want something that is not bad. So first, I'm just gonna do really simple. We want so it's args. So I want to go to me app. So parser clone command about version learn. Okay, so that's what I have. The pub structure app, which is what we're using at the moment. We have the verbosity. We have the monitor that we will move. We have this verbatim document that we were happy with that. So we have the transform, we have the timeout and stuff. So this is the app. I'm not a fan of the app. I'm not a fan of it. It's okay. So what we need, we want a derive args, because the derive parser is already done, right? Parser clone, because I cloned it as well. So yeah. Again, I'm really tired because I couldn't sleep, and I was woken up by a school of kids playing music with their teacher, by the way, just running, like just looping around the neighborhood, and they were like playing their shit at 7 a.m. and I was so fucking tired and I couldn't sleep after that. I hate my life. But yeah, it needs to be a abstract, right? Yeah. And for the commands, it needs to be a enum that derives subcommand, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, so pretty easy. I'm gonna keep the app there. Pub enum subcommands. How do I call that? Pub enum commands. That's actually really fucking simple. Enum commands. What we want. I'm gonna actually copy paste everything just so it's easier for me. Yeah, it won't work because of course. But if I do that, so merge cadel file, which is the value. So the value and then the args. So here I want to be listen, and I want to be MSG, and I don't care. So here, instead of doc args, I want MSG args, and I want listen args. So listen for changes in orient for the accelerometer orientation, because it's the first thing we want. Send a command to a running instance of IIO-Niri. Okay, we want to find the macro subcommand that I don't have because of course. So we want subcommand. So okay, and we can't find these because of course we can't. How do I do that? It derives, so I need a derive with that. That's the pretty easiest way because I already did that, just to remember. This our struct listen. The struct listen will have, as I said, I want the monitor, the transform, the timeout, and the Niri sockets, not the verbosity, but the rest to be used there. So this is pretty simple. We won't change a thing. That will be the old version. To be fair, I have just an issue with that because it will be how should I put that? It will be I'm not sure about that, because what happens is that I will induce a breaking change, and the problem is when inducing this breaking change will be a bit of an issue. So yeah, but I'm sure we'll do what we can. Derive args again. I'm just gonna check something though, just for a moment. Hold on. Oh. I can hear myself, but you can't hear it. Perfect. So I just wanted to be sure that the song was okay, because I've been fiddling around with my power as well. What a ride it was. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work, but it's fine. So we have that. We want. So we want. What do we want? So it's pretty okay. So I know what I want. I want to use the macro arg short long for pub lock rotation, or more like lock rotation. I've been working in so many different languages. Sometimes I forgot what you're supposed to do. Lock rotation. Oh, wait. Just a bool. Just a boolean, right? If I do boolean, it's okay. Just use it. Doesn't have to be an option, right? Can find type bool then. Yeah. Always forgot the name. Lock the rotation of the screen. So that's the first one we want. And I'd like to actually, and this is my issue now. What I like is I'd like to give these values, so merge them with the message args. And I don't want to copy them. That's my issue. I like to have those as well. Because otherwise what happens is that I need to have them on both sides, keep the documentation at the same size. It's a bit of an issue. So I wonder, can I merge those? I have no fucking idea. And this is pretty much an issue. So we will do something smart. We will open clap again. And I want to see the documentation for clap. V4, right? Yeah, V4. V3, I'm not taking that. And so for clap, or maybe you can actually merge two structures. Okay, hold on. Rust, merge, structs. Is it possible? Merge to struct. I have no idea if it's possible, so we'll see. Sorry for the flashbang. So, okay, config stock config. Complement cannot use command after resident because it's made the stock config. Okay, so there's no expansion. Because they need to be serializable, but they're not serializable. Mine are not serializable. So... So I will need to probably duplicate the input. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's not. Okay, I did that as a nog, right? But... Oh, I can actually do it without having a nog, right? Yeah. If I do that, it's just like near MSG lock rotation. So then... Okay, how can I keep the verbatim doc comment? That is the thing, though. Verbatim doc comment. Or maybe it's just... No, it's finding a crate. Okay, it's not what I want. So it's in the create item module macros, the macros, which is the clap macro, right? Because that's the only one I have. The clap macro or examples. That's a small example. All items or clap, just clap. Do I have the derive? The derive tutorial, derive reference. This is the one I have, the derive. So, okay. Because I'm using derive here. And derive is really simple to use, to write. That's why I like it. I don't know if it's faster, but it's why I like it. Okay. Arg attributes, verbatim dom comment, arg group attributes. So if it's not... So if I just do that, would it work? If it's just not an arg? Value name attribute, possible value attributes, okay, whatever. Arg attribute, arg group attributes, common attributes. Correspond to the common method, so this is derive, args, For top level parser and when defining subcommons. Name version of the about, verbatim document, Unimasis processing when converting documents to about and along about. Okay. I'm gonna try that. So let's just copy paste like a moron, because of course I love doing that. It's really fucking simple. But I don't think there is a better way. I mean, maybe there is, but I'm not sure about that. And I think the simpler way for the moment is okay. As you might imagine, I don't want it to be an arg, I just want it to be... Okay, do I need... Okay, if I do just clap... Clap value delimiter... num-arg4, verbatim document. So this is what I do, but then I don't need to have the long and the short. Oh yeah, okay. So I just need to do that, which is perfect. Also here, I like a clap with the default value. Or maybe not, actually. Nah, you change the value, I don't care. It's not my problem. If we do that, it's not my problem. So normally it's supposed to work. Nobody. But yeah, this is the pretty easy way of doing that. First, I want that. So this simplifies my life. I don't need you anymore. Do I need you? Oh yeah, I might actually need you because I want to be sure. How did I get the comment? You just do your comments and you just match. You just match on the comment. That's cool. Matching on the comment is easier. So yeah. Cool. So I'd like to make an IPC.rs, which is my new field. We will want, so I want something really simple, which is I think so. It's not really important for us, but for checking the best of our instead. Because directors are isn't set as your already project works on forest. I'm just gonna take what they do. Which is not incredible, but I'm fine with that. So pub fn get IIO-Niri socket path. Just gonna do that. We want to retrieve the string, of course. I'm gonna just do the same thing. So let xdg runtime there. I'm just gonna use the value and then just put that's whatever. Var xdg runtime there. Easy. So what I want to do. Okay. I'm gonna use the wheel on display as well, just because it's good for the name of the socket, I swear. Especially if you use different wheel on display, I don't think it's an issue, so we can have one per display, which makes sense. And we just want to return the format, which is what the guy is doing, and so I want, of course, that. No, IIO-Niri, Wayland, or more like how Niri does it, because I prefer following what Niri does, and then we match xdg runtime there. So okay, val, then we return the val, which is fine. error. I'd like to actually log the error, but I don't remember how I did that. So let's just open that. I'm gonna mod IPC here just because. Find out from IPC. Yeah, it is. Oh, this is not Vim, this is Alex, but yeah. Yeah. Are you using like any specific setup or did you make this config yourself? So for the config I'm using, hold on, I can show you. Let me go to my configuration. That is on public, by the way, so I'm not gonna show you everything because there are some identifying informations that I don't want to show. But basically, I do that in Alex. I configured Alex pretty much myself to a certain extent. I have some default grammar. So Alex is like a postmodern text editor, modal text editor. I mean, they call that postmodern because NeoVim is the modern one, so that's just pretty much a joke. But the idea is like, it's kind of like NeoVim, but you have first-class multi-cursor support, which is great, and also the way it's made is not action selection, but in that case, it's selection action. So you will see me select a lock and then do modification. Something you won't see in Vim, for example, when you do like DW, which is like delete a word. In Alex, you do WD, which is select the word and then delete it. So, you know, it's just a bit of a shift of paradigm, but I like it. I prefer it to NeoVim. It's also battery included, so you don't really need to spend a lot of time with that. But basically, so my dependencies, we don't care because it's the thing I need. You define it with the language. It's everything in Toml. In my case, I made that in Nix because, of course. So, yeah, it's just Toml values. And you can set up your LSPs, same for the configuration. So it's not scriptable like Vim. There is also no plugin system at the moment, so you have to adapt, alright, but it's not bad. So yeah, I'm not sure if it was shown or not, but you get what I mean. No friendly socket on app, of course I will have to change it. So it's mlogger, and how do I log again? Ooh, I log like that. Okay, I need those. Okay. So up. Because I want to use that. Yeah, I know you have incompatible point or whatever. Okay, in that case, yeah, an error would be fine. I think logging that as an error is okay. Doesn't have to break, per se, but logging that as an error is okay. And then we just do the same thing, so I'm just gonna copy what they did. Couldn't get easier and sign dear. It's bad, but I don't care. And we want to return from virtual from. You're really tired today, whatever. String from, and I know you're not happy about the fact that you don't have everything, so I want the well on display as well. The well on display would just be an error. So same, okay, val, we return the val, and otherwise, same thing. To be fair, it doesn't use the error, but I actually want to use the error here. So couldn't get HDD dear, and I want to give that, but for that I need a format again, otherwise it doesn't work, and I want maybe a return, and I want E here and up. Okay, so that's the value, and then I have that, which is fine, and so yeah, matron, whatever. So here I will also use the error because whatever. So error again with the format again. I can't click today. Couldn't get a Wayland display, and so I show the other error because I think it's important. Just so you have, I mean, you can format that. You have already formatted the error, I suppose. If you don't, then I'll remove that. It's fine. Format argument must be a string literal. Is it? It is one. What do you mean? It should be a string literal. What the fuck? Okay, if I do that. Yeah, okay, but I don't need the unmatched braces here. Sure. I'm just gonna do it like that. I don't think I need the format. Because it doesn't cry about it, so let's see. It's been a while again since I touched that, but yeah, and I know you don't have what you want, but I'm gonna give it to you. Unknown. Yeah. Eh? Ah. And so you have the match arms. So normally I get the socket path, and the socket path would be correct. Normally. Again, we didn't try that yet. I need to fix those because of course I changed the way the app is run. And I'm actually gonna take that time to create a state because I want to have a state that manages my my friendo. So yeah, this one is not included anywhere. I know. Let me include my friend here. And now you stop complaining. Thank you very much. And so in the state, everything would be an option, I suppose. Or maybe not, actually. They will always have... No, not always. They not will always... I think they not will always have a value rate. So I need something different. Because, yeah. Copying both makes me really cringe, but I don't think there is a way to make it better. So it will be like that. But yeah. Because I have a vector of transform, which is an option. The timeout is always a value that I have. Dynamic socket is an option because I don't need it. If it's empty, it's empty. Same for the monitor. So yeah. But then it means I'm actually copying again the fucking state, which means I need to change 3 files to adapt the thing. It's not great, but I don't see a better way to do it. Because you can't really merge structures in Rust, especially a structure that uses like macros like that. So I guess it's fine. It makes me sad, but I guess it's fine. Let's just get that. I also want the lock rotation actually. So basically this structure, but not the derived arcs. Oh, maybe. Can you do that? Oh yeah, but no, because this has a clap value delimiter. Shit. Okay, guess what? We're gonna do it normally. So we're gonna just copy paste code like a menace. I know it's sad, but like for the moment I don't have a solution. You don't have access to transform. I'll try to make it better after that. We'll do, of course, we'll do some refactoring because damn me. And so we don't need the derive. Also, the document being copied really makes me cringe, but yeah, I don't have a solution for that. I really want to use the same thing, but then I will need to change the... I'll have to check. I'll check that a bit later on in the stream, so it's fine. So my own vlogger is there. We have, yeah, okay, you can use that in format, so it's okay. Socket some path using socket that's so yeah, because it doesn't like the arcs. So what do you think Niri is the absolute best at? Because I spend most of my time in KDE. So it's not really a question of the best at something. It just fits my workflow very well. I'm not a fan of the normal desktop. I mean the normal window management, you know, with the floating and stuff. I'm not a fan of the window layout. I wanna appreciate the aesthetic of the design, but I just don't really like the stacking sometimes. The stacking can be annoying, but I don't use it that much. I really prefer the fact that it's a strip that you can, you know... Hold on. What? Oh yeah, normal. Yeah, I forgot about that. I can't duplicate my... yeah, I changed it in my configuration when I can do that, yeah. I'm not gonna open that, but can I open like a Firefox instance or whatever? Let's just do that for Firefox. So yeah, I like the fact that it's scrolling like that. compared to just a window. That's pretty much why it's first-class citizen for that type of layout. The stacking, I use it sometimes, but not all the time. Plus, you have multiple way of stacking, if I remember correctly. So, on this one, I think it's this one. How do I stack again? Okay, like that. So you can do it like that, but do I have the command to change? Hold on, let me check. Window management. So column navigation, because I don't use that much, so yeah. Once in a few times, like windows are all going to get split vertically. No, they're not getting split vertically. So if you stack them, you can either have them like that, which is the tab layout. So as you can see, they are like in a virtual tab, but you can also change the layout. And I don't remember exactly what is the command they use, like the keybind, because I said a keybind and I don't remember which it is, so I need to find it. Switch focus between floating and tiling is what I have. Toggle window floating, toggle tab display, so it's W. So see, you can have it like that or like that. That's two ways of doing Niri, and you can do that per column. So it's not that bad. I like it because you can do it like that. So yeah, it's less of an issue. They don't have to get split or get squished like that. Also for the window, you can also have window rules. So I can't show you Discord. I mean, I can if you want, but you won't see a thing. Normally, if I do that, you won't see Discord. Yes, right. So this is Discord is just hidden because, of course, by default, it runs for me maximized. So it's not bad. Because I don't have to do a lot to modify that. So yeah, I'm just moving that to the right monitor. Up and up. All right. So yeah, that's the type of stuff you can do with it. So again, I was in the args. I want to change the args. So I have two subcommands, but no matter what, the first subcommand will just populate the state. And the state will be used, so I need a global state, something that will always be passed. Because that's pretty much what we need, right? We need to pass it. So I will need to change a lot here, because I have the args timeout. Monitor to owned, because I defined the monitor like that, with the get monitor. So yeah. And so I have let matrix pass transform matrix. Args transform, okay. So I can actually change that then, because in the state it doesn't have to be an option string, it just have to be a monitor. Which would actually save some CPU cycles. With a string, it returns a monitor, and the monitor is always a string. Oh, simple, I guess. So yeah, I thought it was a type, but I mean, sure. The transform matrix by default, I have one as well in the state when it's done. So no option here. And I have a socket because I get the default socket right. Do I? Let mute socket and I get a socket, and it's actually a socket. So the socket value, which needs to be imported as well. So Niri IPC socket up. Great. So these are the things that I need. Our lock rotation will be a boolean. We don't care about that. The timeout will. So these I don't have to deal with anything that is option related, which is great. No null values, really important. So no null values, I can get the socket. So everything I get. So when I run, I have two things. So maybe I can actually change that name just because I called that run, but I'm going to call that listen because that's the new function called listen. And I'd like a new function because yeah, I passed the args, but what I would like is listen args. I love this song. Use create app pass transform matrix, and I have pass transform matrix will move into a util or something like that because it doesn't have to get there. In fact, I'm actually move the monitor and stuff in the util so it's a bit more clean. Because now putting it in app doesn't make sense. I don't like it. So yeah, listen args, and I have another one which is mstr. Perfect. So here we have no IIO-Niri socket on logs. So expecting 1, because of course the FN here doesn't make sense. No field verbosity. Oh. But I can actually do that before. Then. Up. Yeah, so I don't need the verbosity anymore. Because it doesn't have to be done there. That's cool. The response which corresponds to the end of the listen if we listen, but otherwise we don't. So I will have actually 2 responses, but I can just match on them, so it's fine. Or match on them more like I need to match on the args. So instead I'm gonna match on the args. What I have is I have an enum, right? So the enum is listen. So if the value is listen with the listen args, what we want is we return listen args. Okay, and so this is my response. So let response, which is a result no matter what. And yeah, okay. And now I want also the other one, which is MSG. MSG will also be the same thing, which is MSG args. And for the moment, we just return air, or more like anyhow, right? Anyhow, not implemented, just so it's faster. Yes. So much charms. Having compatible type. Expected enum. Okay. Cannot find tuple struct or tuple variant listen in the scope. Ooh. Oh yeah, because it's listen args virtual. No. How do you do that? It's comments! Yeah! It's comments, my bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's in clap, right? So I have parser and comments. That's... Yeah! It's comments! Yeah! Otherwise it doesn't work. Okay. Comments... 2. You don't knowing. Unnecessary parenthesis. Thank you for that. Oh. Okay. So my charms are incompatible here, okay. Yeah, and so what is the fucking problem? Does this want to be auto-tested results? Oh yeah. Fuck, how do you do the anyhow again? It's proxy, right? Yeah, listen annotation. What do I result? I return a result normal. So where do I have an error? I think the easiest is to see error anyhow. Ah, yeah. 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 Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, easy. Easy. Commands cause everything is in them instead. Oh. Okay, I assume none of them exist. No. Consider putting this in a mistake create app commands. Right. This is what I needed. Oh no, I'm a fucking moron. Comments. Shush. I don't need the app anymore, apparently. Expected app, but found comments. How did you do that again? Oh. Oh. Yeah. What's the name of that shit? It's supposed to be common, right? Struct up verbosity, command flatten. Oh yeah. What's the big deal? Trade bound command is not satisfied. Okay, how did I do that again? In that one. It's been a while. There are commands for duck type commands. Command subcommand. Oh, because you want it to be also. Ooh. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, command subcommand. And I like your documentation. The command to use. The command to use. The command to use. Okay, I don't have an. How do you call that? For example, communicate with the Niri. I don't think I need it. I don't think I need to define the documentation. I'm just gonna remove that. So yeah, trade bound, and you want it to be clone. Oh yeah, because I have a clone, right? So yeah. Is not satisfied with the trade as a declone and remoted for IPC now. Yeah. Because I wanted to be able to clone them, and so I give them the clone, but if they don't have the clone, then the trade bound is not satisfied. So yeah. Shush now. Thank you. Okay, mismatch type up, found in command. I know, because I can just do command, and now, shut the fuck up. So yeah. And now, alright. Easy. And I know, I was yelled at because he slow down. Okay, and so I don't have to change a lot of things. It works by default, but it works by default. Sure, but in the listen, I actually want to set up the state. So then listen doesn't just have to get the state, and the state can be passed around. So we need to change listen first. And it means when you listen, you set up the state, but when you MSG, you don't, because you're calling the IPC. Right. So now we want the state. Do I want it to be clonable? No. For the moment, I don't care. But I want to actually change in my main. So we actually build the state. Oh, actually in the state makes more sense to do that. Just to implement the state directly. So impl state. Can I define new? I think I can define. Okay. It's been so long since I did that. I felt like a fucking moron again. But sure. For the implementation of the stock methods, thank you very much. That's what I want to see. Yeah, imp, you need the fn. So fn up, new, self, and I want to return the self, right? It's like in Zig. Just to make that. And so this one I want to actually construct the value. How do you construct again? I always forgot. It's been so long. Yes, like that. So it's pretty easy because I can actually give it the value. So yeah. So what I want, I don't need the log rotation. The log rotation will be false by default because you construct it. But I want the monitor, I want the transform, I want the timeout, I want the new socket. If I don't have those, it doesn't work. And so pretty much what I'm gonna do for the new, I'm not gonna call it new, actually I'm gonna from args because I think it's interesting. I want the args that are from listen args. No, just from listen args. So I want this, thank you. And so now the easiest way is lock. So I want to return a self, right? Lock rotation will be false by default. And then this is where we actually offset the logic for getting everything. Which also means instead of returning a self, I need to actually return a result of self. Because, and I know my problem, so I need the anyhow result again. Because the problem I will have is that if I have an issue, I like to be able to get the error out of the way fast. And it's funny because now we can get the socket here, which is, oh, it's a mutable. The socket is always mutable, right? Yeah. The socket needs to be mutable. Can you modify, can I? I can't do that. Hold on. It's been a while again. Can you make a value that is mutable? I think it is by default mutable, right? Oh no, the structure won't be mutable by default. I need to set the structure as mutable. We'll see. It's fine. The compiler will cry about it anyway. So it's okay. Let's just do first, so let's just get the socket here. So up. Easy. I'm just gonna remove that actually. So yeah. So I don't need a lot because yeah, hold on. Like that. So I have them all. And I know you can't find these macros because I did not import them, which is kind of my bad, but you shouldn't complain about it. Thank you very much. So this is remove. Connecting to system bus is something I do differently. Setting match for the IIO proxy, I don't care. And normally I have everything, so yeah. Hi Martha, how are you doing today? I thought it was 7. Yeah, it's because daylight saving. Yeah, exactly. Daylight saving. That's why. This is why I don't know if you have that in your country, but in mine we do have. Which is why now when I present the time on YouTube and on Blue Sky, I use CEST and not CET because before it was CET, now it's CEST. But if you check on the Discord, you can see I always put a relative time for when you read the post, you see in how many more minutes I will start streaming and the hour for you. So yeah, normally it works. Normally, that's the motto for this fucking thing. But yeah, cannot find powerful semantic. Yeah, true, you don't because you of course can't and get monitor the quick monitor. Oh yeah, it's all it saying. Perfect. Okay, and so yeah, mismatch type A because of course. Exactly, PMD changed quite a bit. It's not PMD today. We're doing a dev stream, and it's not an April Fool's, by the way. I'm not doing that just because it's April. Normally, I develop stuff, right? So it's a dev stream, not on video games. Right now, I'm working on a small util that I've made for my computer, which is it has an accelerometer. And I want to be able to rotate the screen when I rotate physically the screen. So you need to implement that for the type of compositor I have. So the window manager I have needs to have that. So I need to do the bridge between reading the accelerometer and then rotating the screen. So this is the util I'm using. And right now I'm doing something. So when the util is running in the background. No, I'm using actually the accelerometer, not the gyroscope. Just the accelerometer. Which is really convenient, to be fair, because I thought it would be the gyroscope when I started, but no, it's the accelerometer. And so here, what I'm doing is that I'm implementing what's called an inter-process communication protocol. So in that case, is that when the service that rotates the screen for you, depending on the accelerometer orientation, is running, I want people to be able to modify some values on the fly. So for example, locking the rotation, or like changing the monitor they want to rotate, for example, something they could do, right? And so to do it, well, I decided to actually set up an IPC. One thing though is that I foresee some issues in the future with the IPC, but for the moment I'm not gonna think about those. So yeah, you missed some stuff, right? So you need the monitor, which would be that. The transform as well, you have it. Because at pause the source monitor, the timeout is easy because it's args not timeout. And the Niri socket, it's the socket. So Niri socket, it's our friend the socket. Mismatch type is and because you want a result, right? So yeah. So okay. Otherwise, no. So if there was an issue, we are using monitor, using total matrix, okay. Cannot find transform because I call that matrix. This is why. So I'm just gonna rename them in transform. And actually the socket I want to call that Niri socket, just so it's more coherent. Okay, I'm just leaning in. So as I said at the start, I'm really tired today because I couldn't fucking sleep. So yeah. Oh yeah, because transform first. So I'm really tired. You wanted to fake IPC near transform, but app transform matrix. Ooh. Did I make an oopsie? Did I make an oopsie? App transform matrix. Okay, where is my friend? Pass transform matrix. It returns a transform matrix. Which is that? Oh yeah, I don't need to use a vec. I don't care. It's actually way better to use a transform matrix virtual. Yeah, makes more fucking sense, right? And so I don't need to transform from Niri. I don't need any how either, just need the result, which is great. Yeah, I could have used my thing more. Move on using boss is gonna be easier like that, so yeah. And so yeah, monitor get mute socket, but we're gonna use the Niri socket. And now it works. Assuming, and this is the issue here, assuming if I move the Niri socket value in the state, it actually stays mutable. But, worst case, I can actually do it like that, which is... Oh, I can actually just... oh yeah, I know what I can do. Like that. You need a lifestyle specifier? Fuck me, dude. Okay. So you need a lifestyle specifier. Funny. So now you need also... No. Implicit real lifetime item, expected lifetime. Yeah. Ah, that's annoying then. Oh fuck, how can I do that then? Because I like to give you a reference, and I want the reference to be mutable. But you don't like... I don't want to extract a type alias, I don't like that. Why? And if I do that and give you also, so... And use over declare lifetime, yeah, because you don't like that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna consider that I don't need to do that. I'm gonna cross that bridge when we need to. Yeah. Sure. So yeah, you can't find sockets, which makes sense. Right. Unused import, yeah, because you don't need that. Unused import. I'm just gonna remove one unused import then. And no. You keep this one though. You absolutely keep this one. And so we will need the matrix, we will need the monitor to own the... Ooh. Oh, that's tricky, but sure. Okay. Args responsible. Okay, so we have that here. Listen args, but I want to first pass the state. And so pass the state as well as a reference, I suppose? As a reference, I suppose. So state, which will be an reference that we love. And so we want to have a state, so we need to import a state. So state from args, and I don't need that, I just need args, or more like listen args. Oh, my function is private. This is an issue. It is not private anymore. It is not private anymore. And then two arguments that form one. Oh, I don't need self then. Yeah. Yeah. Moron. And now... So, I like to have let's state equals that, and so I like to pass that. But then you don't like it, so I want to pass that. Exited state. Ooh. True, it's a result. It's a result, right? So yeah, can I just don't care? Ah, yeah, I can just do that, I think. Right? Yeah, like that. Use of move value listen args, value defined here after move. Oh. Oh, because it's, yeah, of course it's moved, right? Cannot move Agnes as an invariant of some which is behind a shared value. Yeah, because it's shared. But do you need the listen args again? That's the question. I don't think you need them anymore. So I don't need to care, right? Yeah, I don't need to care actually. So if it's moved, it's moved. It's fine. So I want to move 1, 2. So yeah, you don't need listen args anymore. So yeah, it's easier actually. And so I can give you the value and it is not moved anymore. Perfect! We're getting better. So now can I give actually a mutable reference of the value? Yeah, because it's moved. So normally I have the value now. Oh. Ooh, it's not moved. It's not moved, but do I have a choice? That's the thing. I don't think I do. I might actually need to put that in global then. Yeah, but then it will move from scope to scope, so it's not a good idea. Oh no, if it's in global, it actually... Unsafe thrust. In global variable, static variable. Okay. Static variable. It's always unsafe? If it's always unsafe, we're not gonna do that then. I'm not gonna do that, that's for sure. Let's keep it like that. I think it's okay. So, state.Niri socket. Oh yeah, you can. So state.monitor. State.transform actually. Aha! Let's go. And so state.timeout, I can actually move the value by default. Cannot borrow state socket as mutable, it is beyond you can't borrow as mutable, makes sense. So the data it refers to cannot be borrowed as mutable. So the state might actually need to be borrowed as mutable then by default, which what was I foreseen? But then it's gonna complain that it's not perfectly mutable. Cannot mutate immutable. Oh yeah, you can't. Think again. Fuck you. So yeah, so the entire state needs to be mutable, but it's fine actually, because we will mutate the state anyway, which is not bad, but it's not good, but it's fine. So yeah, mutating the state is fine, I think. Also, I'm actually gonna move the parse transform matrix in, so I have a monitor, right? I use monitor. What do I use monitor for? Just to be sure. Monitor, which is parse rotation, get output. Sorry. Get monitor of the rotation, which is the last straw of what I need to do. Say connection map. So this is the root of the logic. I'm gonna keep that in monitor, but then the parse transform matrix will be into a util then. Or I put that in state actually. Yeah, I think I want to put that in state. And so it doesn't have to be a public function anymore, which makes a bit more sense. So I can just do that. So so parse transform matrix doesn't exist here, which simplifies my ass quite a while, and I like it. And yeah, you want that, sure, imports that. So yeah, and now you can't complain anymore. Field log rotation is never read. It will be read. Don't worry. You don't have to cry about it now. So yeah. So perfect. So now if I get into my main, we are really happy about it because, well, besides, oh, I don't need listen args anymore. Yeah, true. I will need the MSG args though, but sure. Oh, will I? I might actually don't need them for the moment. Let's just do that. So for the moment, normally, if I did everything correctly, I'm able to replicate the fact that my screen can rotate, just like before. You won't see it, unfortunately, because I can't show you a screen rotating on stream. That makes sense. But normally, it's supposed to work. So if I disable my service that runs for IIO-Niri, which is that, so if I disable the service now, NI cargo run, not in release, but just can go cargo run by default. So for the moment it has nothing, but it might actually rotate the wrong screen. Maybe you will see the rotation actually. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, you're asking now to run in listen mode, and I'm just gonna do that so I have the monitor by default. So it's EDP1. I know it by heart after testing for so long. Using default socket, using monitor EDP1, so that works. And now, okay. So maybe you saw my model rotate because my model is on the screen that can rotate. And that's a possibility. But yeah, it works. Can I actually show you? Hold on, I'm gonna try. The monitor I'm using here is DP1, right? Yeah, okay. And if I do that, ooh, you can see kinda. So yeah, it rotates. It's a bit weird, of course, because you don't see the screen rotating, and for me, it's my external monitor that's rotating, which doesn't make sense because it's not supposed to be the external monitor. But that's just a question of how the user set up IIO-Niri, so not my problem. But for the rest, it works. So we have something. So this is cool. We have something that I'm happy with for the moment, and we have a state. The state is passed, but it's fine. Now, though, I have an issue. Because I can't give the state in another way. Can I define the states differently then? Can I do a let mute state here? You won't like that. Fine. So it means I need to define the state before the response. So let mute state of type state. And I want to have state here, and I can borrow the mute state, which makes sense. So now the commons message can actually have the state running behind it, which is fine because now we can actually use it. So now we need to implement the IPC mechanism. One thing that I forgot to do in the listen is that we need to create a socket. And also I have a problem because you might want more IIO-Niri services running. So I thought about that. Some people might want to have multiples. Why? Because, for example, you have multiple screens that can be rotated with different accelerometer. Oh, but you can't select the accelerometer. It just takes the first one it gets. I'm not gonna plan for that. I'll see when I get an issue on the GitHub telling me that, oh no, actually the socket changes the wrong one. This one I will hate, but it's fine. Sorry. So, So. Now we need to move to the messages and deal with those. Okay, also. Oh yeah, no, because it will work. It will break at the parsing, right? It breaks at the parsing unless because I have some values for the monitor. Oh, but actually no, it can break on the monitor, right? So let me just test something first. One using default socket. The provided monitor is not connected. Great. I like that. Though, I'm not exactly sure I like it completely because it doesn't write the error anymore. Yeah, it just returns the error anyhow. Right. But do I use in any places the error tag? I don't think I do. I think I do it once when it's not a breakable error, right? I don't use the debug error. I use the error. Oh, I used it. Actually, I used it there. Oh, but here it actually Expected struct state. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I know, then. Is air and maybe not like that then. I'm gonna match. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna match. I'm gonna do an if-let expression. Oh no, it's an if-let expression, right? Yeah, no, I'm a moron. So state match. I'm just gonna match it. It's fine. Why? Because I want just to be able to, if it's okay, val will return our friend the val, and if it's error e, we return an error e. So pretty easy. Yeah, because of course. So then it actually do it. Mismatch type, list nogs, okay, whatever. And so select struct state, found the enum, and if I do that now, you don't get match up, I'm incompatible type. Result, anyhow, error. Oh yeah, because the error should be Oh yeah, no, I don't need to return it. Oh, I just need to return that, right? Oh no, I need to return that from the match context. Can I break? You can't break. How do you get outside of a match context? I need to get back the match expression again. Pattern matching. The match control flow, because I like that. I like it to break out of the context. Catch-all pattern that we like, but I don't care. If let, oh, it's if let else, let else. So I need to do something like that, right? Then we use if let to match on the coin. Let else, okay. So it's pretty easier like that, actually. Else, and I'd like to... Oh no, actually, nah. I really need to do that, but I want to break the match. Because I'm already in the match, so I would like to break the top match. Oh, but I know what I can do then. Hold on. I know what I can do. From args listen. So if I do that, then I get a state. So then I can do a listen on a val on a mute valve for virtual, which is easy. And so oh yeah, but no, because I still need to update the. But I can do it like that then. I can do it like that then. Moron, you're a moron. State equal val, and then listen mute state. I'm a moron. Okay, so up. And now for that, instead of breaking, what I return, so I just do that. I return the error by default. And now, if I do that, let's fucking go. That works. That works. Okay, perfect. So this is less awful than what I did. So perfect. This is nice already. And we have the good commons, so I'm good. So now we want to match on the command, and then we'll do what we have. Everything is an option. So yeah, here I'd like to actually call, or more like IPC call, or no, because the IPC also needs to know the socket, right? Yeah, it needs to know the socket. Oh, that's interesting then. Because I also need to define a socket for that. I didn't create the socket like a moron. I need that. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like that, so it's less of an issue, but you know. Yeah, because I need to actually make the IPC, right? Get IIO-Niri path, which is what we want, but it's never used. I actually don't need that. I think it can be like that. So I want a public struct, which will be an IPC. Oh, but I don't like calling that IPC then. IIO-Niri IPC. I'm not sure about that. IIO-Niri IPC, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Just so it's not the same as the Niri IPC. Because the type can be confused. Maybe I can actually make just a type alias, but I'm just gonna do it like that. So it's fine. We have a socket field, and now we're gonna have some fun because we need to do it. What we want to make is this. So Unix domain sockets. This is the meat of the problem, the Unix domain socket. So the thing I'm gonna use is a Unix listener and a Unix stream. So the Unix stream will be our socket. Stream write all. No, the stream is not, the listener is a socket. The listener is a socket and it will handle clients. It's one thing I need to okay. So something like that. So I need to bind it to that value. So the value will be a Unix listener, and everything of the logic will be there. So it will be in stdos Unix net, and I will need Unix stream and Unix listener, and that's it. So here it will be a Unix listener. Is constructed, is never constructed. It will happen. It will happen in time. Don't get me wrong. Implement IIO-Niri IPC. Yep. So I will need to connect. I will need the function to connect to the IIO-Niri because I need to bind. Binding is also a result. So I need to actually have the return of the error. And then I need also to listen to incoming stuff. Accept connection and process them, spawning a new thread for each one. So I will need to... I can actually just make a thread for that, so that's cool. accept connection and process them, spawning a new thread for each time. But then... Yeah, okay. So this is the moment that is gonna be a bit of an issue. Let me explain. I have two problems now. If I spawn a new thread, which is something I can do, but I don't have to. But if I spawn a new thread, then I need to actually define the states in critical section. What it means is that I can't have the states being modified by both my normal thread and by multiple socket connections. Imagining you have like 10 different calls to IIO-Niri MSG, what will happen is that if they happen all at the same time, they will all create a new thread, right? There will be their own process, and they will all create a thread in IIO-Niri to process the value, which is something that can happen. But in our case, I don't think I need that. I think it's going to be blocking communications. It's going to be synchronous, not asynchronous. Why? Because before I rotate the screen, I need to do the modification. So the easiest and the most reliable way to do that is just not wait or having a lock or whatever, is just process them. And since the util is already busy waiting, processing them makes sense. Because it's already busy waiting, I don't have another choice. It has to be busy waiting. So I guess we won't be using thread, but yeah, that's fine. So that makes it so much easier. So I don't need to think about that, which is... oh god. The socket will be not accessible, by the way, because you can't change it. I think that's the only thing, so it's created at runtime and fuck you. Created at runtime the first time you create the structure and then fuck you. And I just need the socket, to be fair. And then you can actually use the IPC, whatever. So I will need multiple functions. First, I will need a bind, which will return a self. And bind needs socket path, which will be an option of that. Okay. Oh yeah, it needs to be an FN, by the way, virtual. And so here I will need to use get IIO-Niri socket path, because if I want to bind, or oh yeah, oh I know I can do that. Easy. And so here, pretty simple if I want to bind. We consider that if there is a string, we do something, otherwise we do the other one. So I will need to get the IIO-Niri socket path if you don't request it. So match socket path. Some path, then what we do is we have we return pretty simply, actually. We return, so that will be our socket, so let socket equal that. And so we return a Unix listener to bind on our friend the path here. And if we don't have any, then we do Unix listener and we bind on the get IIO-Niri socket path. Because it returns a string, so it's okay. And now, so we have the socket, and now we can actually return a self with the socket. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a result virtual. You read that and you fucking did not think about it for 1 minute. True. That's me, yeah. That's a result, true. So I need to match on the match. Yay. Sure. The easiest way just to do it is R. I think it's okay, so if socket is air, then what we do is I want to Return, so it needs to be a result, by the way, the results of a self. And so our friend anyhow will be our favorite friend. So yeah. GG, yeah. Up. So yeah. And it's actually gonna be really funny because I can also do a return here. The return of air of sockets. But before I do that, it's an error. So oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, actually, no. Oh fuck, no, because I need to also extract the error of the socket. Otherwise it's bad. Well, I can just match. I can just match. I think I'm gonna do it like that here. So match socket, I think it's easier. And so here our friend, so first we want an error which is anyhow couldn't bind sockets which is oh, I need the path as well. So hold on. So I'm actually gonna do it like that then. Let path equal not a boolean, virtual match socket path. So yeah, just gonna take that, put that there, but this time some path. So we just return the path, otherwise we return that. So up. Fuck. Alright. And necessary parenthesis, I know. Oh, trust me, I know. But, yeah. Mismatch tags within, I said the result IPC, but you don't get a no key. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you have positional argument here, Virgil. I exist to suffer. And so yeah, you can't match socket because you don't need to match sockets. So I just need to match... Just need to match the stream, so Unix listener bind path. And so it makes sense now. And this is a parenthesis so we can save the... Okay. I can do that as well, it's fine. So unused via one the code import. Yeah, I know it's not on the before, it's okay. So the error is not used, but it's fine. Because one thing is that I'm just gonna return an anyhow error here. Because here it actually like breaks. This is a couldn't bind socket at path and up. So which would be path and then will be E. Yeah. Slice them. I can't. Borrow a value of move value path. Borrowed after move. Oh, because you need. Ooh, you use it. Oh fuck, you use it. Okay. I'm gonna clone it then, it's fine. And so here, it's moved, which is fine. It's okay if I clone it. I think it's okay. To be fair, I don't really have a choice. I mean, I could do something else, but I think cloning it is fine. So get a new socket path is actually used, but yeah, the other one is not used, so makes sense. So this is done for that. I'd like, so we have a bind now. I will have, yeah, because if I do that, then we're gonna have blocking communications. We'll see how it is. I don't think a lot of people would do something complex with it. I don't think it's good to make it complicated, because then I will have to actually deal with the critical section. It might actually impair the reliability of the UTL. It's gonna be such a fucking pain if I have to manage that. So let's just do so listener incoming, which would be more like a process connections. I think that's fine. We want to return a result of no value. Just do something with it. And I'd like also, so process connection, which is fine. And I'd like to a way to send the value. So in extreme, you connect to the same value, and so I don't need to bind. I just need to have the path. Oh, so maybe I can actually save the path then. I might actually need to save the path then. Yeah, I might actually need to save the path. Path, which is a string for simplicity, could be a path, but it's okay. And here, what I will do is that socket path. So instead of having let path, oh yeah, let path would be like that. So I clone it, but then it doesn't work. But it's okay, because if it fails, then it's fine. So I will need, though, an access to self. Otherwise it doesn't work. And I will have send. So okay, maybe receive or process instead, and send or receive. Receive and process. Let's just say process. And so send, we want self, and we want the command. I think that's hold on. That's cringe, because now I need to serialize the thing I'm passing. That's gonna be fucking annoying. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be fucking annoying. Okay. So, just gonna take a little break. A toilet break, to be fair. So, I'll be back in a few moments. I'll leave you with the music. And we're back. So, process. Let's process the comments first. So we will do it by hand. I think it's okay. Because normally it's really small. It's just changing the state. So it will be small. My issue is that... What do I pass to the listener? Not the listener, the stream. You can only write a string. Oh, that's gonna be fine then! Oh! I can only write a string. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, that's gonna be fine then. Okay, easy. Easy. So, easy. I'm saying that, but that's not true. But sure. So for stream, easiest way in serve.socket.incoming match stream. Okay. I don't like that. Into it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. It's fine. For stream match stream. Okay, stream. So yeah. And here we will do the logic. Otherwise, error. Instead of breaking. We want to do an error. It doesn't break, it will return an error. Oh, I mean, I can break actually the connection. Oh, interesting. I don't want to kill the process when you do that, because of course, imagine sending a faulty IPC connection and you just like kill the thing. That's not a good idea. It needs to be robust. But I still want to actually show that it's bad. And what you're doing is wrong. It's wrong! It's wrong! Yeah. So, yeah. Since it's also a socket, you can actually use whatever. So it needs to be really robust in terms of error handling. So, yeah. If the connection failed, then what I would like to do... I would like to also serialize and deserialize what the fuck the client is sending to me. Oh, I can actually accept by one. Yeah, but no, maybe actually trying them in order they arrive makes more sense. Yeah, let's just do that on all. What is incoming? Just to be sure. What's not an iterator or incoming connection? Oh, it's already an iterator! Eh. Please. Make me proud. Make me proud, my child. Be my iterator, my child. Yes! Okay. Dun, da, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Response. Or we do something a bit more ridiculous. Let's stream equal How do you do that again? Ah, I would forget even my name. I'm so tired, it's insane. Okay, did I defend that in state, right? Yeah. Yeah, I just did it like that. So stream equals... Oh yeah, no, I can just do that, okay. No. So just like that. Or mismatch type expected unit type from the num. I can't do it like that, fuck, yeah. I'm gonna use a foreign. That's gonna be simpler. Yeah. Yeah. So here I want to handle the client, which will be yeah. Oh yeah, and also I need the to process. I will need to actually have the state, right? Yeah. So yeah. FN handle client, which will take a mute value to the state, which is a state which is a mute state, and we don't need anything else, and we return a result as well, or more like no, we actually return a result of nothing. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. For the moment, we return nothing. And so basically, if we have a stream, yeah, we also need a stream, right? So we need stream, which is a unique stream. And so I do handle client stream state data I'm giving to you as a gift. Cannot find another client in this. Cannot have function in the client in module self, not found in self. No return the vendor client found in the reference IPC in the current scope from the following associated functions. Yeah. This is found to be of type STD results anyhow. So yeah. Oh yeah. I might need to actually match then, otherwise I break. Okay. So I will need to match on that. Because now if it's okay, then nothing. Oh fuck, no. For the moment I'm just gonna do an error here. Just so it's easier. Because it returns a result, but I don't want it to be a result. I want it to be... If it's an error, it's an error, otherwise you return nothing. I mean, I can do that then. I'm a moron, I can actually do that. Sleepiness. I do nothing. Right, no. Yeah, I'm just handling the client, but to be fair... Oh no, I know what I can do then. like that. And for this one, if there is an error, I'd like to actually return the error. So I can just do that. Right? Much have you comparable tag with the error of any error? Oh, you want it to be on an error. Sure. Couldn't handle incoming stream. Yeah. And so anyhow couldn't the same thing. Oh, but then hold on. Why do I do that? That's fucking ridiculous. Why do I do that? Yeah. And then for this one, match showing component type is found to be of type. Oh yeah, you want it to be type expected. Expected steady result in your error for the new steady result in your error. What's the fucking point? What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, because here you return nothing. Right. Yeah, no. I'm doing something stupid. If it's okay, we do it, otherwise we don't return, right? Yeah. So we just handle the client like that. So it's easy. And otherwise, we return the error directly. And so here we do that. Okay. Easy. I'm not struggling to do the basic fucking shits, but yeah. And so couldn't just to see, couldn't connect to incoming stream. Okay. And this one should be an E. There. And so the variable is used now. Stop complaining. Okay. Adjusted bind and unclaimed process are never used. Yeah, I know. So now, Nyanari is done for this one. We have the okay, so this is okay because in self will just do whatever. Otherwise it returns the error, which is what we want. Okay, if you hear people behind me, they're not behind me, they're under my window just doing something, doing jack shit, I don't know. But yeah. So now, for the handle client, this is the main of the logic. What I need to do is... So, normally I'm supposed to be connected now. So no, I'm already connected, right? What do I get? Okay, do I get... What can I find in a stream? Accept, try. So I get a unique stream, right? It returns me a unique stream. It's a unique stream. So unique stream, pair, try, local address, peer cred, read, write, set non-blocking. I like it to be blocking for the moment. Peak, regv vectored with ancillary. Oh yeah, that's really helped me. How do I regv something? I want to receive something, I want to read what I got. It's read to string. Interesting. So I need to read to string to get the value. It is not explained there. Pull some byte from the zone to specified buffer, learning how many bytes, originally how many bytes per read. Okay. Reads all bytes until end of file in this source, appending them to buff. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, because it's just that is interesting. Oh yeah, but no, because it's multiple connection, right? That's whatever, I have that, so I can just read to string and just do whatever. So, okay, we don't think appending them to buff. Well, if usable is version with a number of bytes which were read and appended to buff. Cool. I can just use that then. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. That's okay with me. So if I have the stream, I can read the string, it gives me the string, and then I need to parse the string. So handling the client will be how you parse the string. So then when I have the string, I need to parse it. I foresee so many issues with that, but yeah. I foresee so many issues with that. Parsing string rest, just so you know. Conversing it on iterator over the char of the SNK, how to best parse string in Rust. Let's see. Yeah, it's UTF-8 yeah. Is there a way I can pass multiple values? Or... can I do that? Okay, hold on. I thought of something really fucking stupid, but maybe that actually works. Can I parse it with clap? Because technically... yeah, I can do that. I could. Well, to be fair, I can actually just do small ways of parsing, which is splitting and whatever. Yeah. Ooh, that would be the funniest part, I think. If I send a JSON encoded value, it's easy to parse. Or I could send name of the command, colon, value. And for the transform matrix, it will be value, comma, value, comma, value, comma, value. So it gives me the transform matrix that I can actually parse again. And so parsing the new value will be interesting. I can actually parse that in the state directly. because I can actually give them, as long as I know what is the first thing, I can pass the second, and then I can pass that in the state. And I can do it like that. So I could define that the stream of bytes that I receive is just a string that is command, or at least part of the state you want to change, so name of the state. So for example, timeouts, or transform, or monitor, or Niri socket, or lock rotation, and then the value, which is a string. That I can just pass then. And if the value is not good, then just break, which is a solution. So yeah. Which is easy. Okay. Timeout is gonna be just a value. So undefined value on 64, which is fine. The socket will be okay. The socket will be a path. So it needs to be passed as a path, to be fair. And then pass the socket again. And then we can actually reuse that. And normally, since we're passing a reference, it will change. Okay, so it seems to be fine. Okay, we can do it like that. So, the way I'm gonna do it is that for the state, I'd like to pass, so just to know, multiple ways. So for the moment, I just want to print the thing that I'm getting. And I will need to encode that on sending, but it's just gonna be easy to encode. Easy to encode. Says him. Easy to encode. Yes, says him, but sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I have the stream, so I need to get back to that. So hold on. So this is the read to string, which is what I need to do. So I need to do a stream dot read to string. It's not the perfect one, and so I need a buffer. So let's buffer bugger. Let's not bugger. String new. You need, so you return a value, right? If there is no value, then I will need to match on you. So let's message equals if. Let if. I forgot all the time the let if. I hate my life because I always forget the let if. I shouldn't be forgetting that, but it's pretty. Because it's just the response here, right? Because we're reading. Yeah. Just message in that case, just not response, because we're not waiting for anything. The response will be something that we return then to the stream, because we can actually write if it's okay or if there is an error. And so we can actually write... we can actually return an error that is pretty much like error colon the message, which works as well, because I also need to do that. Yeah, I need to connect those, so you have also an info on what's going on. It shouldn't be opaque, otherwise it's a fucking terrible way of dealing with that. So mute buffer. So this is pretty much oh yeah, no, because if I do that, then it actually does nothing. So if that is air easier, I think, then what do? We return an error that is an anyhow error. So is it any error? Couldn't read from the stream. Oop. I'm just doing that because it makes sense. And the value will be if let air equals no, I always. How do you do that? If it's an error, I want to deal with the error, otherwise I do nothing with the output. Coin else return none, yeah. Okay, if I do it like that, then it's okay. But can I get a value for the else? In the match, but I can't do it like that, right? Catch-all place order pattern because we're in the match right here. I guess it's already has to push the work into the body of a statement, and if you want this more complicated, maybe you have to follow exactly what okay. Couldn't read from the stream, but we get an error, right? Oh, but can I actually do... If let E equal air... I don't know if you can do it like that. Expected one or an operator after the found else, okay. You can't do it like that? Oh, because it needs to be a let else. Ah. Programming concept, can I get the results just to be sure? Common collection, error handling. Cover results. Yeah. Matching on different error, alternative using of match. So much primitive, okay. Shadow about closure, yeah. I don't choose the closure there. Propagating the error will be using the what we know. I don't want to propagate the error like that. I don't want to propagate the error like that. And can I use oh, maybe I can just do an unwrap or else then. I'm actually gonna do that. converts the results to option E. Oh. 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 You can do it like that. Oh. Okay, so if let R equal that, then... Oh, cool. So then I can return an error, which is an anyhow. Couldn't read message from stream. From incoming stream. From incoming stream. Do I have an ID? Do I have something for the stream? Because it implements some stuff, right? Methods, but it doesn't have pair. Return the second address of the local half of this connection. No. Return the second address of the remote half of this connection. Oh yeah, that doesn't help. But sure. Seed with timeout, set mark, picker, shut down. Receive down the second from the remote address which is disconnected without removing the data from the queue. On success, return the number of bytes picked. Ooh, you can pick without removing it. I want to remove it though, so it's fine. Yeah. I think it's important. To be fair, we have only one consumer and multiple producers, so it's okay. Oh, but we have multiple producers. Can I do a read until? Yeah, because just reading will be an issue. Oh. No, because we have multiple streams, but each stream sends its own value. No, so normally it's okay. We'll test that. We'll test that. Don't get me wrong, we'll test that. We will test that. So yeah. Message from incoming stream, and I want the air. Yeah, easy. Item shortcut can only be used if it is in scope. Cannot mutate immutable variable stream. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullets, that's fine. Yeah, because you have a U size. Whatever. You have a U size, so it's like size, and I don't care about the size. So yeah, I'm not even gonna do that as well. Actually, I'm just gonna do it like that. For unit type, okay. Oh, but I know why. Because like that. Machin, phone unit. Bah oui, mais I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. Phone unit type. Oh yeah. Oh, because no, I know why. Because that's my fault. Yeah. Mismatch closing. Yeah. Can mutate immutable variable stream. It needs to be mutable when I do that. Mute self. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting then. Okay, so it needs to be not even just a value. It needs to be a mutable. Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense, right? So... Oh. Interesting. So I can't mutate that value. So if we have a stream, let mute m stream, it's equal stream dot to owned, right? No, to owned. And then I can just pass m stream. The to owned does exist for struct. But it's straight bound when not satisfied the following choice in external city clone, which is required by saying strength to board to on. Clone then. Try clone. So it's a result and then we have an error. Because I need to modify it. Or do I? Or do I? I'm forced to use a mutable value for a read to stream like that. Having a mutable reference is annoying. And even for read to end, yeah. I don't have a choice, I'm forced to actually use a mutable reference for that, but I don't want to. That's annoying. But I mean, I don't really have a choice though, because if the connection is never severed and the person does it again and again and again and again and again and again, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to actually manage the mutability. Because you connect to the same socket also, yeah. So no, I'm forced to do that. So for the incoming stream that I get, I would need to clone it. And the problem with cloning it is that I don't really change it then. Can I get a mute? Yeah. If I do it like that, it works. Simple. I actually like that then. Consider, oh, hold on, what? Consider using if let. Oh, you can do it like, yeah. Thank you, Clippy. Thank you, Clippy. That's it, I never use it. Thank you, Clippy. Okay, you can do it like that, if let r. Yeah, I'm a fucking moron. Okay, cool, I take that. Okay. So now I can read the string, the value is in reference mute, it can be mute, so it's okay, the mutability is okay, so it's good. Couldn't connect to incoming stream, couldn't read message from incoming stream, because then, yeah. And... since process doesn't have to break, I might actually just not use an error. But if there is an error for the stream, if I have multiple streams, I shouldn't actually stop them, right? So instead of actually returning a result for the process, I think I don't need to. I think the result doesn't have to be returned, I just need to to print those because it doesn't have to break. But what I should be doing is more like, instead of using an R or an IIO, whatever, I should be doing an error like that. So just showing it as an error. And so here I don't need an OK. Mismatch delimiter, yeah. Right. So yeah, and so the operator here doesn't work. Because then if we can't handle client, we need to actually do it here. So if let R E equal that, then we just print it, otherwise we do nothing. So in that case, it's more like error E. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So now it actually deals with that. It shows the error. We don't have to worry about this. Does not do nothing, which is fine. And then declaring returning results is okay, because this part of the thing should just be self-contained. It should never crash the application, so never propagating the error up, which makes sense. Thank you very much. So now we have what I wanted. The handle client kind of does nothing for the moment, but I'm just gonna print a len of friends of the buffer. Can I do that by default? Must be a string literal, fuck. I'm okay with that. So let's just print that for us so I can actually test that. And I need a new function that is not handle client, which is pretty much like send. So pub.fn, what I want to send, so I need the self, of course. I don't need the state. I need a message, which will be a string. And the easiest way is for me to just send it pretty easily. So send, and it returns nothing. So that's okay. Yeah, send. Okay. And so now, oh no, I will need to get, so okay. How do I send a new message? Unique stream connect. So we need to connect to the socket directly because I don't have a stream. So yeah. So let stream equal unique stream connect to self dot path actually, because it's the easiest way. Path, yeah. Clone. Yeah. So I can keep it like that, it's okay. If I move it like that. And so, yeah, also, the problem is... No, here I don't care because it breaks, because you combine to the socket. So here it breaks. But here I really need to clone it. So now, I don't want to own, I don't want to move it outside of the scope, I want to clone it, simply. So now we have the string and whatever. So now, I'm connected to the path. Which is an issue because, oh yeah. So yeah, and so I will need to match on the stream. Okay, stream then, so it doesn't have to be a mute here, but here it's not have to be a mute. So here, considering we have a string, I want to stream.write all message and nothing. And for the RE, what I want is to write error couldn't send a message to socket socket and up. So self path clone and easy. Middle right hole STD right. Mismatch type font string. Oh, you want a right hole to be a binary string, okay. So you want it to be can I transform that in U8? So okay, I need to remember, I need to check the streams again. So STD, just to be sure. STD module. Type. Primitive type. Macros, keyword. Do I have a string? It's not a primitive type, right? No, it's not. So string. I might actually need to find a string then. String, STD string. Okay, this one. It will contain a string type to string straight for converting to string and several types. Okay, so that's what we want. So the string type. UTF-8, deref, implementer of target, and okay, representation. Implementation is a new with capacity, try with capacity from UTF-3, from UTF-8, lossy on from UTF-16. Do I have a 2 something? Into bytes. This is what I need. Into bytes. Into bytes. A slice. Marshall having compatible. Why? Oh, because the right hole has okay. If let R E equal that, then we are couldn't write message to the stream. And so E. Syntax error. Is an expression item or statement. Yeah, because I need that. Ahaha! Okay. Good. So send process handle client. Perfect. So now we need to create an IIO IPC. First, we need to define. So, okay. Now in the app, I want a new command, which is not a subcommand, by the way. It will be a nog. So here, I want a nog. I want nog, sorry. I want short. I want long. And I want this arg to be socket, easy, peasy, which is of option string. And I'm just gonna do that, which is path to the socket for controlling IIO-Niri with its IPC. It's on IPC. Okay. So we have the socket. Oh, I'm happy with that. So the socket will always be given. And so in the main, we have the args parse. The socket will never be mutable though, in our case, right? Yeah. So if it never be mutable, then we need the IIO-Niri IPC. IPC, which will be an IIO-Niri IPC. How did I do that bind? Bind args dot socket. Easy. Failed. Yeah. So yeah, unused variable on your IPC. No more because you don't know it yet. And now that I did that, I can actually give you for the match listen with state IIO-Niri IIO-Niri socket. I'm just gonna call that like that. I think it makes more sense. So we wait for it. Socket. But oh yeah, no, I shouldn't be doing that there, right? I should, because I'm listening. It's when I'm listening that I'm creating the socket. So I don't need to do that there. And so I would like to pass socket path, which is a string or more like an option string. And so this is socket path, and our friend will have args.socket. Easy. IIO-Niri, so debug just for me. Creating IIO-Niri socket. That's just for me, and debug because it's useful. The debug socket created at socket created at IIO-Niri socket path dot is it pub? It's not pub. I'm just gonna get path just to have it. Pub get path, which will be just a reference, I think. So instead of just using self path clone, just get path. So you get a new value, and so get path, which return a string. On the other side, virtual, which return a string, and so it's pretty easy. I need a self, and so self dot path dot clone. And yeah, I need an FN here. So yeah. And so every time I use the path here in stuff that is annoying. So for example, here I don't care because it's the first one. Do I need the path at some point? Message into binary slice, no. Couldn't send message to socket. Okay, so no, it's just here. So here, just get path. I don't care. It's already a value. So yeah, you need to clone them. Perfect. And so here, socket get path, easy. And so socket created at, easy, easy. No method negator has found for. You sure about that? The method getPath exists on type IIO. Really? The method getPath exists on type IPC IIO-Niri IPC. What? I don't believe it. There is already a method that does that? Oh. Okay. And do I do it like that then? Why do I have field? Clone, ref, the ref, okay, airbox, and safe return type, FMT the ref. Fuck you, I guess. Do I still need to have a get path? Oh, fuck. So weird that I have, okay, I have no idea. Change states. Okay. Just about that. Okay. Fuck is that? But sure, okay, whatever. Whatever. So no matter get path found for result, yeah. For result because it's a result. So yeah. Easy. So I knew it. It tells me there is a method, but there is none. I don't get it. Pure get path string. And it needs to be a self, right? So self path. Cool. So it does not cry about it. So okay. And now it doesn't cry about it. I don't get it. I don't get the error I got, but sure. Or because it didn't occur to me that Rust will not do something explicit for me. It's so strong on and so opinionated on explicitness that not telling me would have been really weird. Pistol is never red. Is it though? Is it red? Can I connect to a socket directly on the Unix stream instead of connecting to a path? Connect. Oh, I can do that. Okay. I can actually connect to the address. Oh, so it makes more sense then. So I don't have to actually move the path instead of doing it like that. So I can connect address of self.socket.local address, and it will work. So I need so yeah, no, I need a match. Oh yeah, no, I know what I can do. I can do let's local address. Okay. I can do that, and instead of doing that, else, so like that, in a way that is okay. Not like that. Fuck. How do you do that again? Because can I do it with let coin quarter equal coin. Oh, that's how you do. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, it's the other way around. Okay. So let that, so self local address equals local address else as close of letters does not diverge. Syntax error, expected expression. So no, you can't do it like that, right? No, you can't. I can't know. Okay, so I should do it like that then. Okay, local address equals that. Okay. And so if I do that, then I have an else clause, which would be error couldn't get local address of socket at up and whatever, because we did an issue. So yeah, like that, up. And so self dot get path. Oh yeah, but no, I actually need to no, I actually need to I can't do it like that. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do it like that. I can actually just do a match then. Let's local address match self dot socket dot local address. Okay. Yeah, and now return. What's the problem? Oh yeah, because you can't get that right. Yeah. So that's our expectations to become sure. And so you want to connect your address to the local address. Easy. Okay. I say easy, but yeah. Okay. So you have your reference, you're happy, and you know equal ends. So now you connect to the address. We actually use the local address instead of using the message, which is a bit more verbose, but I prefer that. So yeah. In case I made an oopsie, the socket will be the authoritative stuff and the rest will not be, so yeah. So we did that. And so for the MSG whatever, it's not implemented. So what I'm gonna do just to do that, I'm gonna keep the error not implemented because of course, but what I want to do is I'd like to connect to my socket, so oh yeah, I don't have a choice then. I actually need to do that then. Oh fuck. Yeah, I can't do that otherwise. Yeah. Damn. Oh no, I can change it in the other place. Hold on. So yeah, can just do here debug, which is creating state. And here, state created successfully. And so we want a debug version that I can use, so then I don't need to change anything here. But here I still need to be able to have the I still need to create the socket no matter what. You just connect to the same socket, otherwise it doesn't work. So whatever. But I actually want to give the socket here as a reference. A reference, yeah. Yeah, of course. You work like that, but that's fine. Because it doesn't... Oh, yeah, but... Might actually need to change then, because if we do that to the statements... But the socket inside, I might actually need to put that in immutable stuff. Yeah. I think I do, right? Because if I handle clients... No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. Okay. And so if I open a proxy now, listen annotation. Oh fuck, I have 2 sockets. Yeah. So let's name that correctly Niri socket. And this, I want to call that IIO-Niri socket, which is IIO-Niri IPC, that I should have called socket. I should have called that socket. Calling that IPC makes no sense. IIO-Niri socket. If I value socket in the scope, because it's called IIO-Niri socket, you fucking moron. That's fine. So yeah. And so now in the proxy, so we found signal, whatever. So we found signal. Okay. So first I want to load the stuff. So it would be more like processing messages, right? So it will be IIO-Niri socket process, and we want to pass the state as well. That would never pass. So I'm gonna put the state first, just so it makes sense. And of course it's mute, but whatever, it's the same thing. So for the proxy, I'd like first a state. That is a mute state. Gonna find type state, yeah. And I'd like, so connection is the connection to the dbus connection. So I'm just gonna rename that dbus connection, dubs dbus connection, so it's less weird. And so yeah, I pass a lot of stuff. Monitor, matrix, interface. What the fuck is interface? Proxy interface, proxy base. Okay, I know what that is. So these two, monitor, timeout, these don't need to be done anymore, because then I can just use state.timeout here. So state.monitor, not too old. State.transform. Okay. And same for this one. State timeout. Can remove state because beyond mutable reform will occur because that. I'd like to not move it. So to clone, I suppose. I'm gonna redo the 2 owned, but I'm not a fan of that. So the IIO-Niri socket will process the states. And so yeah, okay. And then we thread yield now, which is our friendly way of living, even though you see that is busy waiting, but sure. So normally, I'm gonna remove the unused. Okay. So normally, yeah, because I'm giving that for no reason. Cannot borrow state as mutable more than once at a time. The second mutable borrow will occur here. The 2 owned exist. The mutable reference state, but a straight bomb when not satisfied. It needs to be cloned. Okay, so I need to derive it. That's my fault. Okay. Okay, derive, clone. Oh, this is bad then. I can't do that because, yeah, of course, the values is not clonable. Can I give it to you? Can I move then? Yeah. It's with immutable reference swap from closure, because I give you a closure when I do that. But I can't give you the state. That's interesting. That's interesting. I can't give you the state. Because you're already borrowing the value as a mutable reference, and I can't give you the mutable reference by default. Cannot borrow state near a socket. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do that though. Yeah, I don't need the nearest socket anymore. So it will cry because it doesn't have the socket, but if I do that then... emute. It's okay, okay. Oh, but then I will have to actually do that again. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I know what I can do. If I just pass the reference and never do anything with it and never borrow more, that's why, okay, because I'm not borrowing, I'm just passing it through. So it's okay. I can just do that. So yeah, whatever, we're gonna do it like that. So yeah, it fries a bit because it doesn't want to handle clients. Unused variable state, yeah, I know. So, but sure. And method send is never used, so I'm just gonna do for here the error not implemented because I want to test IIO-Niri socket dot send message hello world. as... Yeah, I know what I can do. String from... Yeah. And so easy. Now we have the string, we have the hello world. So normally what I'm supposed to see is the flow getting that. So I need to listen to my monitor, because of course it's the first thing I need to do. So it works, I have that code or whatever. Then I'm gonna go to, well, I mean, honestly, I can just leave that. And what I can do is up and up and up. And now can go run. I'm in listen mode, I want to do MSG. Threadman panic at cargo debug assert argument lock quotation is positional and must take a value but action is set true. Oh, what? Oh, so that's an issue with the app. Because my thing, so this is here. Pub lock rotation is positional. Oh, or maybe I need to do it as a subcommand, right? Oh, maybe I need to do it as a oh, yeah, I need to do it as a subcommand then. Right? Right. Right. I need to do it as a subcommand, right? I think that's what I need to do. Because it's not because it's a positional argument, and I don't want it to be a positional argument. It should be just a subcommand as well. So yeah. So command CMD attribute group CMD attribute. So command flatten delegate struct. And command of type command, which is an enum. Yeah. So here it should not be an args, it should be a command. Or more like a subcommand virtual. And so I know it only supports enum, so pub enum mhd args. And so the way you do it for the command is enum values, so yeah. So lock rotation, and inside I want it to be a ball. And same, so yeah, monitor. So yeah, in that case it's not even an option anymore, which is interesting to be fair. It's hard to do it like that. Nearest a cat, and so I want it to be directly a string. No problem. Okay. Oh. Okay. A try bonus to do the actions organized as the following Club args is not satisfied with the implementation of command, okay? Value enum or passing value directly into an enum. Okay, so that might be that then. Do I have an example for the value enum? Command attribute, cargo attribute, possible value. Value enum attribute, renewal, okay. Overview. Okay. The derive doesn't work on enums that contain non-invalid unless they are skipped. See as the derive tutorial. So that's annoying because the enum is always a unit value. So then I need to make... Oh. Oh. Oh, I know what I need to do. Okay, so that sucks. Okay. Hold on. Please. Okay. So that sucks, actually. So... Okay. Let me explain what I need to do. I can't use... I need to use it as a subcommand. So I need to use it as a subcommand. But... Then... That's awful. I need to use it as a subcommand. And then I need to pass a new subcommand for everything. Sorry? So, do I really need the clone traits? I don't think I need it. I put that there, but I don't think I need to clone anyway. So, perbenum, so it needs to only be an arg. So I need to create another struct that is also an arg. So, derive args again, which will be luck. So pub struct luck rotation args, and it's just one, which will be luck rotation bool. Easy. And so here, this should be luck rotation args. So yeah, that's gonna take us a while. Because I need to do that for all of those. So this time it is monitors. And so it's a string, it's monitor. And this time, du coup, it's monitor. And so change the monitor to rotate with the accelerometer orientation. I'm gonna get that just because fuck you. So hold on, I need to do that. It takes us so long, but that's how it is. Transform args, and so I need that. If I want to make it cool in a way, I don't have a choice, I don't think so, at least, unfortunately. And so here, I want you to be like that, and like, easy. So transform arg. So in that case, transform args. So yeah, lock the rotation of the screen. Here I want to go there. Yep. Change the transformation matrix. Change the timeouts used in Debus requests. Change the path to the Niri sockets. And so in that case, we need to do that. So I'm just gonna derive that. This one will be Niri socket args. In that case, it would be Niri socket. So Niri socket args, and here it would be timeout args, and timeout args will be pretty much the same thing, but with a timeout. So here, timeout args in U64, timeout, and so the number of millisecond up, and same as the path to easy. And so trait bond is not satisfied the following type of increment traits. The following types of traits, clap args. So you want it to be... Can I make you as a subcommand then? Is there a way for me to make you as a fucking subcommand? That would be nice. Derive parser, derive subcommand. So command, subcommand. Oh. Okay, I see. Because I need to do that. Abstract img args. Img subcommand args. So here it will be like command, which is not an option in that case. So img subcommand args, and we want a derive a command subcommand. Sorry, command subcommand. Can I find an attribute comment? How did I do that again? Because here it's img args. Oh yeah, because this needs to be a derive arg. Okay. Damn! What a ride! So yeah, that's a bit bigger than what I expected, to be fair. So yeah. So now, let's do it again, shall we? So up, up. Also, I made an oopsie for sure. So cargo run, listen, monitor that. Couldn't bind socket, I run, IIO-Niri, Wayland. Oh. You couldn't bind the socket? That was already in use. Interesting. Did I have already a value? So the address is already in use, which means I made an issue then. I made a mistake. Why is it already in use? Do I still have my Oh. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, couldn't bind. Oh no, that's not the same thing. Couldn't bind run user 1000 IIO-Niri Wayland socket address already in use. Do I have already a socket there? Hold on. ls etc not etc run user 1000 IIO-Niri. So I already have an address here. Because I don't... Oh! Because I don't destroy the socket when it's done. Oh, this is an issue. I need to clean it up. Fuck. Yeah, I need to remove the socket in the end. Oh. 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 Yeah. Do I? Yeah, no, I do. Local address and lucky taker incoming. Can I destroy it? Can I destroy it? I checked your penalty in examine second server, sure, but I can't destroy it. Do I? Okay. I'm gonna do something that you shouldn't do, kids, but sure. Run user 1000 IIO-Niri on tickets. That's bad, you shouldn't be doing that, but I do that for science. So, okay. So I really need to destroy it in the end. I need to destroy it, okay. Lock, rotation, true. Argument lock rotation is positional and must take a value but is set true. If I do that. Interesting. Lock the rotation of the screen. Monitor. Change the monitor to whatever the actual monitor rotation. Change the transformation matrix. Change the timeout using the best request. Change the path to the nearest socket. Print this message or the help of the given subcommand. Okay. So let me go back to weave just because I have positional arguments and I want to know what the fuck I was doing with those. There is nothing. Okay. So left, right, option, yeah, okay. But then, okay. So then how do I, just do the lock rotation then? If I do that by default, argument lock rotation is positional and it must take a value, but action is set true. Interesting. Also, I really need to kill the socket after that, so I'm just gonna do that so it won't work. So I'm just gonna remove it by hand. I'm gonna kill the sockets in the proxy. In the proxy. Assuming I can do that. So when I'm done... Oh yeah, you have that coding thread for sudden exits cleanup. Yeah, this thread. But I need to actually change it. So I can't destroy the socket like that. I never get to the info, right? I need to test. Normally I never get to that, and this is an issue I will have to fix. And I never fix that issue because I'm a moron. But that's my fault. Okay. So more like listen, and what I want in verbosity is the debug. Yeah, I never exit. I never exit gracefully. It never actually does that correctly. It takes the thing and it just breaks automatically. So I made a big mistake with that and I need to fix that. Otherwise the socket will never be removed. Which is sad. Which is really sad, but sure. Okay. Also, I'm gonna just do that quickly, but in the IPC, yeah, I think doing that makes more sense. I think it makes way more sense to be actually a smarty pie and a good citizen and putting that in its own folder. I think it's better. Okay, but no, it doesn't quite work, but we still made a lot of progress, to be fair. I'm not surprised, honestly. I think I'm gonna stop there. I'm really fucking tired. Unfortunately, but yeah, the lack of sleep. What you gonna do? That's the lack of sleep, honestly. Still, we had a lot of modifications that I quite like. I will be able... You know what? I'm just gonna change those before I forgot, because I know it will bite me in the ass. So I have the monitor is nothing, right? No, the monitor is important. Monitor takes orientation and the matrix, which is just the reference of the transform matrix. No, I think it's fine, because I don't need a lot. Since I do everything with update orientation, right? Yeah. All orientation, equal orientation with okay, debug editing screen orientation if... Yeah. The orientation from the orientation, new orientation, and actually I can do something there for the thing. So yeah, no, I don't need to change anything. So GIA, GCZ, fit, add IPC and a global state for global state week, just so we have info. Okay. So we have the feature IPC that has been worked on, so I'm glad with that. We will modify it though, so it compiles and it doesn't break. But I need to remember what I did. So yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna consider that locked, and I won't do that, and then move on this one to another day. Okay. But yeah. Yeah. I think we're okay. It was nice. It was a long work session for me. Actually, it was 3 hours, which is cool. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll see you on. Okay, hold on. Let me just move to a beautiful place. Aha. Okay. I'll see you on Thursday. No, Friday, not tomorrow. On Friday for Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Gates to Infinity. Yeah. So yeah, we will do that. In the meantime, I hope I will be able to finish that, but I'm not sure. I'm never sure. Still, I worked on it. I put 3 hours into that. It's mostly done, mostly, but sure. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on Friday for Pokemon. Have a fantastic evening, people. And as always, thanks for watching. I already said that, but whatever. Bye bye. I am a professional.